Hey guys, welcome back. We're out here with Tony and we're working on the 29 GP. We decided we were going to open the clutch up and take a look at it, see how it looks. We've got the cover off already. It's just 3 nuts, castellated nuts, and then there's cotter pins that go through them. So we're going to pull the clutch driver off and then probably pull the pulley out. Is that what your plan is?
Yeah, take a look at bearings and stuff, or a bearing or a bushing or whatever.
Okay, so the looks like we got to pull this center bolt and then probably these pinch bolts, and then there's a couple threaded holes. You just thread bolts into those holes and it pulls the clutch driver off. So we'll work on doing that and see what we find. Just like that. All right, well, got the clutch driver loose, and it has, like I said before, it has these 2 threaded holes. We cleaned them out with a tap and found out that we don't even have to use these 5/8 coarse thread bolts to pull this off because it's already loose. So found that out with the tap. But if this is stuck on, you would thread these bolts in on the top and bottom side, and you would give it like 1 turn on the top, 1 turn on the bottom, and it would pull right out. So there's our clutch driver. And for those that aren't aware, there's a small set screw here, and that's just, it's basically acting like a positioning tab, I guess you could say, or positioning screw for the clutch driver, because the clutch driver has to be balanced when in relation to the crankshaft and the flywheel on the other side. So make sure if you're taking these John Deeres apart, you get the clutch driver in the correct position and the flywheel and everything else. So that's where we're at now. There should be another fiber disc inside here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so in order to get the pulley off, we have to pull the clutch fork assembly out. We've already disconnected the pin up here. That goes down through here. It's just held in by a cotter pin. So we'll take this portion out. The clutch fork is just, I think it's 4 bolts that holds it in. And then that whole assembly should pull out. And we should be able to, in theory, pull the clutch wheel or the clutch pulley off. Right?
Yep, should.
Should.
In theory.
I don't know, we've never done a GP before, so it's all a learning experience for us folks.
We've done A's, we've done B's, we've done ARs.
And we were thinking, for cleaning this thing off, we still got a lot more scraping to do before we can degrease it, but we were thinking about getting one of those little kitty plastic pools and just putting it underneath here and get a bunch of like really stiff bristled brushes and a bucket of diesel fuel, and we'll just use the diesel fuel to
We got to remove this rod.
use the diesel fuel to clean it off, but got to remove that'd be the throttle rod.
Oh, there we go. I'll try that. You're going to have to remove these gear reduction bolts.
Probably a lot of grease on them. Grease and dirt.
Yeah.
That might be holding you up too. I don't know how you would get it out and get the bolts out.
sure there's somebody laughing right now.
Oh, I'm sure somebody's laughing.
It's like, you dummies, you could have done it this way.
Well, I know 2 people that have GPs. You know somebody that has a GP, so if they're watching, be patient. Because we're learning.
Learning curve.
So let's I'm gonna turn the camera off. We'll see if we can't figure this out.
Save the humiliation for later.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the clutch fork out. All we had to do was remove the 2 bolts here in the front of the gear reduction cover. So, whoa,
Now in all reality, it should be able to come out.
that looks like it's gonna come right out. There we go. Splines look good.
Actually, kind of looks good for it.
This one got a little chewed up. Not terrible though. A lot of times these splines can be pretty rough on these. But these ones look pretty darn good. Is this a spacer? No.
That's a bearing race.
Bearing race, huh?
Yep.
Oh, it's just a huge bronze bushing in there.
And a bearing in the front.
And a bearing in the front.
Yep.
Huh. Well, it's been 9 years since I took the clutch apart on a John Deere, so.
Oh, I just had one done on a late Model A, so the rest is going to be easy.
For me, this is a relearn because I've only done one. And it was a decade ago. So, what else are we going to do, Tony?
Pop it on, put it on the bench and inspect the dogs, clutch dogs and
Okay.
bolts.
I guess that's what we're doing. Okay, folks, well, we pulled the toolbox off right here. It mounts to, there's a bolt here, and then
On a gear reduction cover.
this bolt here on the gear reduction cover. That's where that mounts, and then we also pulled the clutch lever, advance lever, and throttle lever quadrant off, which is here, because we need to make a new rod for our advance lever. We need to replace the advance lever. The throttle lever moves through the tube that both of those rods ride through, but we want to disassemble this, clean that tube out. That way everything is kosher and slides like it's supposed to. We'll probably try to put a good coat of grease in there as best we can. Maybe use a wood dowel and shove some grease down in there. And then we are probably also going to make a new clutch linkage lever, because this had been broken and welded at some point, and it's pretty thin in here. So we'll probably make a new one of these. That way everything operates like it's supposed to, and we'll have to paint it and age the paint so it matches the patina, and yeah, that's where we're at. So didn't get a whole lot done, but clutch pulley's off, toolbox is off, lever quadrant is off, and then of course there's a whole lot more scraping to do in this area, and then we can finally degrease it. But oh yeah, lots of stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed. That's going to do it for this quick update on the GP, and we'll see you in the next project. Lots of broken bolts and old barn nails and file. Lucky find. Screwdriver. Part of a screwdriver. Ooh, what's that?
Handle.
Spacer. Another, no, that's like a cap to something.